This is going to be a quick little top fives. Technically, there's six at five because two of them are about the same. Um, Shit shows, crap fests, um, scummy actions, screw overs of the gaming industry in the last 5, 10 years. Um, I'm not going to go any further. As you go further back, it's a lot less happens a lot less often because back then it was if you got a game, like for example the old Sega Mega Drives, Master Systems, Super Nintendo or Nintendo Entertainment Systems, all that, you bought the cartridge, you stuck the cartridge in, it all worked perfectly fine, or as fine as can be expected. There was never any scumbag actions taken and all that, so it's like doesn't count that far back. PS1, original Xboxes, Dreamcasts, that era was still relatively good. The worst things that happened was like region locking a game or something like that. But this isn't so much scummy actions like only releasing it in a certain region. Because if that was the case, Barcode Kanoji or Girlfriend Kanoji, whatever it's called, the PlayStation VR game, it's only been released in Japan, I believe. And I wish it was released out here, but it's not released out here. In my opinion, that's scummy, but I understand why they're doing it because all the ratings boards and stuff like that are like, how dare you do that? So it's like they couldn't deal with it, so it's like screw them, we'll just release locally. So it's not that kind of stuff. It's stuff that like they release a product, they advertise it as one thing and give you something completely different, or they say something won't happen in the game and it happens, or they backtrack on something and something like that. And so this is the top five of those. So and I'm not going to include console specific things. So for example, I'm in Dreams right now. So any scummy stuff that happens to Dreams, because there is in brackets scummy stuff happening, like the moderation system, but I'm not going to get into that because it's only on the PlayStation. Same with if something happens in, for example, Space Engineers, it's only on the Xbox, or Sims, it's only on the PC. Well, technically, Sims is on all, but you know what I mean. So this is basically all consoles and PC thingy. So let's go to number one. Okay. Least scummy thing that's happened is the loot boxes in EA. Other companies are doing it as well, but the whole loot box situation. It's about a 5 out of 10 on the scumminess. Um, it's dirty practice. It shouldn't be allowed, and yes, they should get into trouble for it. But let's face it, um, if you want to play, what is it, FIFA, whatever it is, the soccer game with the Dream Team, whatever it is, if you want to play the game for the game of soccer, then technically you can do it without spending a single cent. Um, it is dirty pool the fact if someone wants a particular character. Was it Maradona was one of the ones that was I think was pretty fairly popular. Uh, uh, Posh Spice's husband, what's his name? All the soccer fans are going to freaking out, or in brackets, football fans are going to mental at me. David Beckham. If something like that, you have to spend money and lots of money to get a pack of cards, to open a pack of cards for a chance to get the character you want. Just like that is scummy, but it's mid-range. It's like it's not that like you don't have to deal with it. So yeah, EA, don't do it. Let's go to the next one. No Man's Sky. I'm putting this one on the list, even though recently they have they have ended up delivering everything that they promised, but this was a false advertising promise. Um, it's taken them a few years to do it, but in their defenses, it's all been free stuff. You don't have to buy anything extra. If you bought the game back when it first came out, every DLC since then has been add-on or correction or feature add has been free. So kudos to them, but the fact that they advertised it as one thing and delivered something completely lacking in the stuff that they promised is a crappy practice, and it shouldn't be done. That's why it's a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit worse than the loot boxes because at least with the loot boxes, you don't have to buy them. That's the key thing. You don't have to. Yes, it's scummy, but you don't have to. This, if you bought the game, there's no, can I opt out of these features that you promised? There's no, you just don't get them. So that's a little bit worse. but they have come good. I don't play it anymore purely because the amount of times I've gone on there, it just crashed, or I did not find it fun. It's like gave up on it. Next one. Okay, this one here's a touchy one because it is, yeah, it's not good. But 7 Days to Die. Um, the developers are Fun Pimps, but in case you've not heard, it's been a long time since it's happened, or if whatever. Um, the console version was being ported by Telltale Games. And Telltale Games went bankrupt, or went under, went bust, whatever you call it. They're the ones that made The Walking Dead interactive comic game thingy. Um, so yeah, they went broke. Don't ask me how they went broke. The games are selling relatively well, but they owned the licensing to the console edition of 7 Days to Die. There was a whole legal thing that happened. So during this legal thing, the consoles, nothing was getting done with the consoles. And then Fun Pimps, sorry about the fact it's got P space, I space for any of the OCDs. This is the moderation crap that I was talking about with this game, but I can't talk about this. It's only on PlayStation. Because apparently pimps is a bad word. Fun Pimps reacquired the rights, but they're turning around, well, you know what? We're not going to touch the console until we get the PC on full release. But we're going to take our sweet ass time, and we're not even going to fix any bugs on the console. We're going to just work on the PC. We'll keep advertising it. We'll keep selling it on the store. But so if you watch a YouTuber on 7 Days to Die and they're playing on the PC, and you're, oh cool, it's on console. I might buy it and I can do exactly what he done. It's like, no, you are not doing anything that they done. They are so far ahead of us. This current state, I want to say like 3 years. So things like electricity, painting, vehicles, the new zombie rigging, all that, none of that is in the console version. So if you're going into it thinking, oh yeah, I watch, what's some of the ones I think Vintage Beef plays it. There's a couple other ones that play it as well that I watch. I do not watch 7 Days to Die streams anymore because I'm fed up with watching stuff that they're driving around in their Jeep or on their new motorbike, fighting these new zombies and new zombie types, and the consoles have got none of that. It's like, nah, can't be bothered. A lot happens with a lot of these games. It's like Fun Pimps. Stop working on the PC for a month. Fix the console. Give us the painting so we can paint, so we can make the iron blocks or wood blocks and stuff like that. Give us something. Then go back onto the PC for about 2 or 3 months. Then come back to consoles, do some more fixing. You don't have to do the whole lot at once. Little bits. So that's why that's a 7 out of 10. It's the fact that they abandoned the console users even after they acquired the rights. Last I heard, because they are not putting out any news about it because their lips are tight shut, is they're looking for a new porter to do the new port, and it would have got an 8 out of 10 on the crap level. But I don't know whether it's true or not, or whether it's just rumors that the Fun Pimps are looking at making, when it comes to full release on the PC, that they're going to port it to consoles and make it next gen only, and make the people have to. So, for example, if I won't be doing it because I'm not getting a PS5 because PS4 can't be fixed. If I upgraded to PS5, for example, and I own 7 Days to Die on the PS4, I will not be able to transfer it over to the PS5. I would have to buy the PS5 version and play that, and I would have to fork out the whole lot of money again. So it's like, no, that is bad practice. Do not do that. Yeah, pay for an upgrade or something like that. That's fine. Like if it's $5 or $10 to get upped graphics or anything like that, that's fine because yeah, a little bit of work has to go into that. But you're screwing over your loyal customers. It's like, nah, not good. Next one. It's around about the same as what the Fun Pimps are doing, but D11. Double 11. Rust. Ooh. It's only been out under a month. For the last week, I cannot play the game. It's an online-only game, and the game crashes trying to load into servers 100% of the time. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Xbox got an update, I think it was about a week ago, a little over. PS4 didn't get it. We're still on the broken. Apparently, the update broke the Xbox version as well. So they held off on the PlayStation one, but they've even got a hotfix. We haven't even got the hotfix yet. We haven't got the first update yet. So it's like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like the fact you cannot get on the game, that's one thing. But then when you do get on the game, the things that like with the 7 Days to Die, if you're watching a streamer, and for example, they build a certain base or they do a certain thing, there's the high likely chance that you're going to do that on the console version, down the toilet, because a lot of the features that are in the PC version are not in the console version. And the most obvious ones are things like when you spawn in and you look down, on the PC version you see your character. On the console version you do not. And then there's the bugs like missing stuff in your inventory, or icons not popping up, sound effects not playing, crap not rendering in. And then there's the missing features like oil tanker, oil rig, points of interests, and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is missing. So yeah, if you're watching a YouTuber and thinking, oh yeah, I might do that on the console version of Rust, it's like, it's not going to happen. And it's piss poor the way they're doing it, because they're not, as again, like with 7 Days to Die done, they're not communicating. They're not saying, we've worked out how to fix this, this, and this, but we can't figure out how to do this and this. So can you be patient? We'll try and get it done. We'll keep you informed. And in 2 or 3 days, get another message saying, okay, we've corrected this one, so on and so forth. We're getting nothing. It's like, they're not saying, oh, it's in certification, or it's almost fixed, or we're not getting anything. It's like, it'll be out when it's out. And that's just not good enough. So that's why it's a crap level of 7 out of 10. If you look at that's a number 3, and that's a number 3, because they're both roughly the same sort of 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. They're both roughly the same sort of crap fest. It's like, it should not be in the gaming industry in 2021 or 2020 or in the 2000s. This should not be this sort of crap should not be happening. Communicate. You got Facebook, you got YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all these communication streams that you could be using. How hard is it to turn around and say, the game is broken, you're crashing. We have figured out why it's crashing. It is in certification. Certification normally takes between 3 to 7 days. We put it in for certification yesterday. So I expect some form of information about this update being released within 3 to 7 days. Is it that hard? No. So fun pimps, try communicating, like seriously, and stop abandoning the consoles, like seriously. Okay, next one. Number 2, Conan Exiles. This one's sad, very sad, because I was really, really liking this game. Then 8 months ago, actually a little bit closer to 9 months now, the developers, Funcom, huge announcement. So everyone's, oh yes, the new map's coming. They got to tell us all about the new maps. And up to this point, every month-ish, you'd get some sort of an update, whether it be just a bug fix or a DLC pack or something like that. Then they're turning, here's the big announcement. They put a clock on their friggin' webpage and everything, counting down for 7 days. So for 7 days, every console user was on their website going, yes, yes, yes. Only 6.5 more days. Only 5.5 more days. It hit 0 and they start a stream. It's like, so all the console users, which made them all their money and made them famous, jump onto their website, watch their stream. And what do? They go, yes, the new map is coming. For PC, console users get fucked. They didn't use those words, but they basically rubbed it in. Hey, console users, PC's getting a new map and you're getting nothing. That's step 1. They done a whole, I think it was like a 2-hour stream or something, bragging about the fact that console's not getting something that PC is. Um, and then months afterwards, 8 months, console got 0 updates, no bug fixes, nah, no extra content, no nothing, 0. Not even a message from the developers saying yes, we're working on a bug fix for the console. Nothing. We got nothing. And then about 8 months later, which was about almost half a month ago, they pop back on the radar. Hey, console users, we're back. We're bringing the map to your consoles, so we get an update. 8 months since the last update, actually a little over. And what's this update do? Adds some of the background stuff and breaks the game. More so on the PlayStation 4, that's why PlayStation 4 is in brackets, because apparently the Xbox, they were having huge crashing problems, and apparently that has been fixed a lot. But PS4, if you're in a region that's supposed to have full nudity is not available. Contextual text is still turning back on after you turn it off. Some of the workbenches are playing up. There's a whole crap fest of stuff. And then we get another update which actually adds the island, and they go, "Ooh, buy it, $29.95, just short of $30." You expect me to give you $30 for you doing nothing for 8 months, no bug fixes, no hot fixes, no nothing, and then when you finally do update us, you break our game. You expect me to give you $30 for that? And on top of that, the second update still did not fix the nudity, contextual text, and the bugginess with the benches. That's not including like the menu system, which is very, very like beyond. Like if you go, I done a stream before. You go into the menu, you got to press back to exit the menu like 20,000 times before it exits. So yeah, Funcom screwed over the console users for 8 months, like abandoned them, and then when they finally do update the game, they broke it. And at least they're semi-communicating. The only information we've got is, yeah, we know the issue's there and we're working on it. There's no, here's a hot fix that'll fix the problems. Here's a good faith update. There's none of that. It's like, wait for the next big update. Well, hang on. If it's taken you 8 months between updates, from the last update to the island one, so I've got to wait 8 months? Or are you talking about back to the way it used to be, every month-ish? Like, even a month is too long. This should be a hot fix, like fixed within a week, and it's been like 2 weeks. So yeah, Funcom, like screwing over the console users, like what the hell? So there's the list up to number 2. I don't think I have to mention who's number 1, but I'll go over it. Number 1. Oh, CDPR and Cyberpunk 2077. Wow. Now, oh yeah, the Conan one's a 9 out of 10 with the crap level, just to let you know. Oh, that's dirty pool, like screwing over your console users like that. But let's go right at the bottom. Crap level, Cyberpunk, 169 out of 10. It's just a random number. It's like so beyond the level 10 that it's not funny. Quick rundown. What they promised and what they delivered is day and night. They promised open world, first person, role play, mature, uncensored, in depth, alive. What other words did they use? Groundbreaking, all that sort of stuff. And what we got was pretty much a censored Doom wannabe. Oh my god! And I'm not talking about the new remakes, the 2013 Doom or something like that. I'm talking like the old ones, 2D, the early like very first 3D, like where you're walking like the sprites and stuff like that. I'm talking that. PS4 and Xbox originals. it ran, if you want to call it running. Like frames aren't the best, but frames aren't everything. If the gameplay is good and it gets you into the game, then it's fine. But it ran. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't immersive. It was open world. There's next to no RPG in it, so role playing is like out the window. Graphics are, yeah, they're okay. They're not. It's not groundbreaking or anything like that. Immersive? No way in the world is it immersive. Uncensored? Hell no. Um, Living world? Hell no. It's like Skyrim. Is it? If you have to choose between Cyberpunk 27 or Skyrim, buy Skyrim. Oblivion. Cyberpunk 2077 or Oblivion, buy Oblivion. Let's see, what are some other good examples? Deus Ex, 2077 or Deus Ex, buy Deus Ex. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Far Cry 3 or 2077, buy Far Cry 3. All those other games are more Cyberpunk 2077 than what Cyberpunk 2077 is. And on the list, as you can see, every single customer that bought Cyberpunk was defrauded. So if you bought Cyberpunk on any platform, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, you were defrauded. They have admitted to it. It took me, holy crap, 4 months to get a reply from their public relations. Not the customer relations, but public relations. Not customer support, no, public relations replied to me saying, oh yeah, we know the product is incorrect. We don't intend on correcting the product. So that's fraud. They defrauded 100% of their customers. And then they tried to scam. It's like, oh, but if you don't like that, give us more money and buy the PC version and get the modders to correct the product. It's like, what kind of scummy, low-life criminals pull these actions? And may I add, are continuing to do so without legal action. Last I heard, they are in the starting points of this class action for the investors. But excuse me, what about the customers? 100% of the customers are screwed over. And they're getting away with it. And they're still going. All I can say is when the company goes under, I'm going to have a party. And everyone's invited. Because I don't think it's ever. No. In the entire timeline of the planet, I cannot think of something scummier or worse off than nastier than what CDPR have done to their customers. And I'm including things like, the Nazi era, the dinosaurs getting hit by the big rock, if that's the story you believe. Some people say it was aliens. That's not the point. But all those sort of global events, what CDPR done to their customers is at the top of the list. So, yeah, that's the top, the 6 in the list, but top 5 crap fests, scummy actions that have happened in the gaming industry. And again, it's only in the last, say, 10 years. So we've got EA with the loot boxes. No Man's Sky. The No Man's Sky has been corrected, so if you're interested in it, look it up. It's not what it was when it first released. It's not that hollow game that was released. It's actually not a bad game now, so by all means look into it. But it's still dirty what they done. They should have said, we're going to release it not with these features. It'll only have these features, and later down the line we'll release these features. That's what they should have done. 7 Days to Die with Fun Pimps. That, and same with the Rust consoles. Those two there are basically, that's why they're both number 3. They're basically the same thing. It's a game developer that gets somebody else to do some work for them, whether it be porting it or whatever. And then there's either a lack of communication or a lack of priority. It's the console users just pay for it, and it's not cool. 7 Days to Die on the PC is still going great guns. Rust on the PC, still going great guns. If you're a console user, bend over, spread those cheeks, and cop it. No lubricant. That's why they're on there, and that's why they're a 7 out of 10. Funcom, with their Conan Exiles, that's the same situation. However, PC is still going great. Apparently, Xbox is better off than what PS4 is. PS4 have gotten the rotten end of the stick on this one, but it's still like 8 months. They did nothing for consoles, and then they just shafted them. So that's not cool. When it was just on PC, when it first took off, they're getting little bits of money. But then all of a sudden they release it on consoles. They start making buttloads of money, especially with their DLCs, which I did buy every single one of. And it's like, here, $15 here, $15 here. All the DLCs, they made buttloads of money and buttloads of popularity. They got bought out by Tencent, and then 8 months of sweet FA. PC still kept getting updates. Console got nothing. Big fat zero. And then they go, ooh, 8 months is up. We're releasing the DLC map here. Give us $30, but have a butt ton of bugs and broken features. So yeah. And then what I just spoke about, the red bird. Kind of like the middle finger, how you call that, the bird, but they're just red. CDPR, in case you didn't get that bit, CDPR is their logo, is a red pointy-haired bird thing. It's like, it is cancerous, that company, cancerous in the gaming industry. It should be shut down. And anyone who actively helped that company develop this product and did nothing about informing the authorities, they're pulling a fraudulent product out of their hat here. Maybe you should do something about it. I don't care. It's like they should have said something. The company should have been halted. So you deliver the correct product, or prison time. So yeah, that's the 5 shit shows. So EA, it's not just the loot boxes. EA, the Sims, the new Sims, like they microtransaction every little thing, and it's not cool. But you don't have to buy it. Like, you can get, for example, the new Sims game. You can play that and not spend a cent, and you can still play it. But if you want, I don't know, cool looking kitchen, you gotta buy the kitchen pack. If you want a cool looking bathroom, you gotta buy the bathroom pack. If you want cool floors, you gotta buy a floor pack. It's like, what? No, piss off. Put it in the base game, bitches. No Man's Sky, they should have advertised what they were giving at the time. These two here, Fun Pimps and D11, biggest issue, communication. Communicate what the hell is going on so us customers know what we're getting when we're getting it. The last information I heard from Fun Pimps was months ago, and the only statement they put out was 7 Days to Die on console will get an update when the 7 Days to Die PC gets full release. And that's all they said. It's like, what? Then there's the rumors of they're looking for a new developer or porter to port it over to consoles to fix the console versions. Like, but that's a rumor. They have not confirmed it. Rust is pretty much the same. It's near, unless you get really lucky on next gens, PS5 and Xbox Series X. I don't know what Xbox is like, but my PlayStation, 100% of the time I will crash trying to join a server. I cannot play the game. I cannot get onto a server. It crashes 100% of the time. And it's not my internet, because all my other Grand Theft Auto, 7-year-old game, I can get into their servers fine. They got 30 people in a full lobby, I can still get into the game. Rust, a server with one person, and it crashes. Conan Exiles, I'm not going to. They need to care more about the consoles. Like, this is disgusting. And these turds here, They just need to go to jail, to be honest. That company needs to be shut down, and everyone that had done nothing about it has to go to jail. That is the way that outcome would be good. Um, so yeah, there's the top 5 shit shows of gaming, best to worst. So this is the best. If you call trying to rip people off best, because that's pretty much all they're doing, trying to rip people off. Then as you go up, it's like trying to sell people products they're not going to get. It's a little bit worse. Then just letting people buy it and abandoning them. That's worse again. And then you get around here, just plain out defrauding people. It's like, what the fuck? Alright, I want to call it there, guys. So there's my top 5. Or technically 6 again. Those 2 are together. There are a few other games out there. And if you want to keep it polite, put it in the comment section. Say what game you reckon should be on this list. But remember, if it's only on one platform, or it's only being screwed over on one platform, you can't really include it because it's not. Yeah, it's a bad show. But for example, like Dreams that I'm in now, if they do something like the moderation, the reason why, where is it? That is written the way it's written, with the spaces in the pimps, that kind of stuff. It's like it's only on Dreams, which is only on PS4. And if children are playing it, then they're not going to care. But mature people like me playing it, we're going to care. It's like, dude, don't stifle us. But there you go. So yeah, comment section, a game that you think should be on the list. Like obviously, I would myself, I would probably put Resident Evil, the new one, The Village, on here. It's like, that's not Resident Evil. That's some other game. Resident Evil's Zombies, Umbrella, and the Stars team and stuff like that. And everyone's going to go, oh, but Chris is in the game. It's like, no, it's not the same. It's not Resident Evil. It's something else. But that's like a 2 out of 10 on the crap meter. It's like, that's nothing. Watch Dogs giving out the season pass stuff for free. You know, that's like a 3 out of 10. It's like, Ubisoft, what are you doing that for? We bought the season pass because we wanted certain features. Don't start going, oh, to say sorry, here's some free stuff. It's like, no. Give us free store coins or something like that instead. Now, if I was to recommend any games, multi-platform games. At the moment, I've been playing a couple that are quite good. Daymare. It's more Resident Evil than Resident Evil Village is, in my opinion. Daymare is quite good. Like, it's clunky, but it's good. Let's see, what else have we got? Watch Dogs has been quite good to me recently. Biomutant. If you're into an open world game, look into Biomutant. I played on the PS4 base. It's quite bearable. In fact, above a lot of the games that are getting released recently. 7 Dying Light. That one's quite good. Generation Zero. I can't say yes to that because they're having issues on the Xbox. So anyone who watched the Generation Zero one about your building location, they're having problems with certifications on the Xbox. So if you're saying you go into the like I had a viewer make a comment, I went to a certain location in Generation Zero to build my base and nothing popped up. The Xbox is falling behind because of certification. They're having issues. I looked into it. There's no like definitive news like it's going to take this long. They just put out a statement. Yes, we're having certification issues. Sorry, Xbox players. It's not the news we want to give, but it's bad news. It's been delayed again. So sorry to all you Xbox players, but I suppose it levels out with the Conan thing on the PlayStation been screwed over. What's some of the other games? Let's see. Have a look. The new Mass Effect or the remaster. Well, the remaster, you can't really talk about it. Subnautica Below Zero is not bad. Breath Edge, if you prefer instead of being underwater, be in space, get Breath Edge. Um, but there's not a bad selection of games there. Um, if you've got any games you like, by all means, comment it in the comment section. Say like, I play this game, I love it. Um, don't get fling and stuff. Like if someone says they love this game, don't go commenting, "Oh, the game's crap. Why are you playing that crap for?" Like, if someone likes playing Mario, then that's their game, and I'm all for that. If you enjoy a game, you play that game. Games I play, I recommend it, people. If it's not their cup of tea, that's why I'll stream a lot of my games. If it's not your cup of tea, don't buy it. But don't fling the hate at people. Who are you playing that crappy game for? Um, there is a couple of anime, like Sword Art Online, Alicization Licorice. I would say that, but no, don't. When your tutorial level is days long and your fighting mechanic isn't the best, I can't recommend it. If you want to play one of the older, if you want to play Sword Art Online, get one of the older ones. Hollow Realization or Fragmentation, those ones are better. Same with the Resident Evil remakes, Resident Evil 2 and 3. I wouldn't recommend 3. It does not feel like the original Resident Evil 3. It feels like a DLC for Resident Evil 2. The Resident Evil 2 remake isn't bad. If you like those kind of games, by all means give it a try. Near Automata, if you liked, not Near Automata, Near Replicant. It's Near, but over there it was called Replicant, so they added the Replicant name worldwide this time. It's basically a remaster as well. Fallout 76, I can't really recommend it. Like, it's better than what it was, but nah, I can't really recommend it. Dragon's Dogma, that one I would recommend. It's an older game. Think a cross between kind of like a Final Fantasy feeling game and a Conan meets. Oh, it's hard to explain. It's magical dragons, open world, big creatures to fight. Really cool game. Graphically, it's a little dated, but graphically it's quite nice. But that's my selection of games. These ones here, like the EA games, No Man's Sky. Those two there, by all means, if you're into them, play them. 7 Days to Die and Rust, maybe not. Wait, I want to say loosely wait. Conan, they just need to fix it. And Cyberpunk, CDPR, everyone should go to jail. That's it. Calling it. Going to do other stuff. Everyone take it easy. Stay safe. Look after each other. Don't catch the bugs. Don't break the law. Do everything nice. And go to your loved ones and say you love them. Because you never know when it's all going to end. With all the crap that's going on in the world, let's face it, the only thing we haven't had is a mass-ass meteor strike or for the planet to stop spinning and us to fall off. So, take it easy, everyone. I'll catch you all next time.